Welcome to HipHopGems TV. The host, the voice of the underground, your boy Ty. Today, I have a very, very special guest, an artist who came highly recommended from super producer Joe, storyteller, vision, a painter. I want to say the way the man paints words. It's an incredible ability your ability in which how you do this thing, man. Got my guy P Rose in the motherfucking building, my nigga. How are you?
Good, man. How are you, bro?
I'm good, my brother. Staten Island?
Yes, sir.
Oh shit, bro. That's incredible, man. Where,
bro, man.
Where at in Staten Island?
I'm from a neighborhood called Bull's Head. It's like Mid-Island.
Okay.
So we have like the South Shore, Mid-Island, and we have like the North Shore.
So
Staten Island, yeah.
That's how Staten Island is broken up. Incredible, bro. Never been to Staten Island, man. Only thing I know from Staten Island, I've been a New Yorker all my life. I've never been. The only thing I know about Staten Island, obviously, of course, Wu-Tang and a couple other artists from there. So it's dope to hear that you from there, man. And pretty much carrying on tradition in your own way.
Yeah, man. I grew up on like Wu-Tang, all those guys. It's kind of what got me into hip hop. But as I started like delving more deep into it, I started learning about like the Nas, the Biggies, the Big L's, and all that. And then really caught the bug with that underground scene. All that music from the '90s.
Fire, brother. P Rose, man. Tell us a little bit about. First off, tell us how you got the name P Rose.
So my name is Phil, and my mother's name was Rose. And I lost my mother when I was 18 years old. She died of cancer.
Oh,
so
man. Sorry, brother.
Thank you, man. So for me to represent her was I put the two names together because music for me was always like a therapy. But then after I lost her, that's when it was just like, all right, this is like gonna be my name because I was already doing it for therapy before that. And then after losing her, it kind of just made sense to represent her, to always keep her memory alive, and then also represent the pain of losing her and what all that shit that I went through after that and before that,
Wow, man.
Yeah.
Wow. So you were 18 when you lost your mother.
Yeah, man.
Were you rapping at the time?
Yeah, I mean, so what happened was that when I was 8 years old, I started listening to hip hop, and I started writing when I was 13.
Okay.
But then, I got caught in some street shit as a kid, and then I got in trouble. I got put on probation for 3 years. And then during that 3-year process, I was getting remanded because adolescence court is really strict. You gotta go to school and do this and do that, otherwise they remand you and drug testing you and shit. So I was getting remanded a lot, going in and out of juvenile halls and shit. And during that time period, my mother was actually sick. So she couldn't break it down to me what was happening until the last year she was alive and shit. So I felt when I finally I took a plea deal, they call it, for probation instead of doing a year or whatever. I took a 3-year plea deal. And I remember the dude told me at the the correctional officer was yo, whatever you do, don't take a plea deal. I was like, why? What's that? He's like, they gonna try to give you mad years of probation. He's like, you're better off just doing your year and coming home. But I wanted out of there, bro. I was like, I can't stay here, man. I felt like I was never gonna come home. If you get into a bad situation there where you hurt somebody, you're gonna get another case or whatever. So I wound up taking the plea deal. I wound up coming home, and then I just stayed in the crib and just wrote rhymes because I was scared to go outside, getting arrested or some shit because all my friends were doing what they were doing. Everybody was moving around. So during that whole period that I was just staying inside, my mom was sick the whole time, and she just didn't know how to tell me, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that came as a surprise for you and the family and shit.
Yeah, man, it was rough, man, really rough.
Wow, and then you was just on the brink of just getting your shit squared away, getting off.
Yeah.
Wow.
What's crazy too is that the month I got off of probation, the month after that she passed away. Jeez. Yeah, so it was just crazy, man. And then after that came some deep mental illness type shit because you're trying to deal with the pain. And then you trying to also numb it. So you start, indulging in, drugs and shit like that. And then that just takes on its own path. And, if anybody knows about Staten Island, it's one of the biggest drug epidemics at the time with the perks and
fentanyl.
Yeah, and Fetty and all that. And now it's Fetty, but then it turned into dope. But for me, I kind of got lucky with that because I was so fucked up from what was going on that like all my friends and everybody was getting caught up in that shit, and I kind of like skipped all that because I saw what it was doing to them. But then I got caught up in like my own shit, you know, that was separated from that. It was still bad, but not as bad as like as that shit, you know.
Would you say it was a bit more manageable to where the point where you was able to not much more like control it, but say like, yo, I'm not going down that road. So
Yeah,
to speak.
so like I always had like anxiety and shit like that, depression. So when I came across, you know, not to glorify drugs or whatever, but when I came across Xanax, it kind of made me feel normal. But then, you know, it gets abusive, you know, and then it turns into something else.
Wow. We're gonna have a conversation, my brother. Jeez.
Yeah, man.
How did you gotta start there, man. How did you manage to overcome the, I would say, addiction, right?
So for years, how I dealt with it was that like I knew like I couldn't take as much because it would go, you know, past the point. So I was always trying to like, you know, 1 here or 2 here or, you know, some shit like that. But once I got to the point where I was like, I gotta get off Staten Island. I was like, as long as I'm around here, I'm always gonna know where to go, or people's gonna know me and stuff like that. And then especially if you're drinking alcohol, and it was just too many potholes where I was at. So how I did it was that I just changed my environment. I moved to Jersey. I separated myself from people that I was talking to. I got myself in a gym and just started learning more about like mental health and like taking mushrooms and shit to like rewire your brain and shit, you know, from like trauma. Cause I had like a lot of PTSD as a kid, like fighting, getting into fights, getting arrested, losing my mother, not having my father in my life, you know, my brother being a heroin addict. Cause I'm actually a triplet, but we're fraternal. So we don't look alike. So like me and my brothers, we all went through like, I guess the trauma differently.
Yeah.
But like I went to music and like Xanax, where my other brother went to like, you know, the pills and the heroin. And then my other brother, he just did his own thing, really. He was like just separated from us, really.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you speak to that brother, or
Yeah, we still speak, yeah.
Wow, my brothers. Being able to go down the pipeline of just having like a family that is like that, and you choosing the music. How has music helped you escape and kind of just juggle the traumas and the things that you've been through?
Oh, it saved my life, bro. Like it really did. And I know it's such a cliche thing to say, but it's like when you kind of live my type of life where it's like you don't have guidance and you don't have people to like look out for you, or like you don't have somebody to talk to, you kind of need that, you know, you need to express those emotions, because having those thoughts in your head can really, you know, you can really hurt yourself. You can, you know, just whether it's by drugs or whether you're doing it to yourself somehow. So I feel like music gave me that outlet to like express myself and better get to know myself as like a human, you know? And then once I started learning about myself and like how I felt, and then I seen how it was connecting with me, and I was like, yo, there's definitely other people out here that we live certain similar lives, like, you know what I mean? Whether it's like you had a family member on drugs, or your mother passed when you were younger, or you didn't have a father in your life or someone to show you love or guidance. So, you know, I feel like a lot of kids from the streets too, it's like they take to like gangs and stuff for those same reasons, you know, like because they kind of like embrace them and give them a family, where I didn't really have something like that. Where at the, you know, it's kind of like a blessing, because who knows, you know, where else I could have ended up, you know what I'm saying, very easily. But I was always like an introverted type of dude, and I only rocked with people whose like energy kind of fed my energy. Like I wasn't rocking with somebody just because of like any street shit or shit like that. You know, it's like I had to rock with you because I like your vibes and who you are as a person.
Wow, my brother.
Yeah.
Wow. Don't even know where to go from there, my brother. You have definitely I would say at this point in your life, would you say like, yo, you have overcame, like you're a champion to a degree.
Yeah, man.
You know, you could have been out of here, my brother.
Easily, bro.
You know,
easily.
Tell us about now. So you're saying, you know, the mental health part, the mental health aspect. What exactly did you learn about like your diagnosis, and how does that affect your day to day?
Well, for me, man, like I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I'm like a healed person. I still obviously got mental issues and shit like that. But it affects me in a lot of ways, man. It affects me with like connecting with people, being too introverted. especially with this business. It's like you got to be outside. You got to be able to network and talk to people. And having like my type of personality, sometimes it's like the two worlds don't mix together, you know? But I realized that this is what I love to do. And I also do love connecting with people that we have, you know, same mindsets or like similarities with each other. You know, like even the dudes that were here before talking, a lot of things that they were saying, I was like, yeah, that's exactly how I feel, like not being around energy drainers. Because where I grew up on Staten Island, it was like a prominently like it was a mixed neighborhood, but it was like mostly people were like, if you're trying to rap or something, it was like a stigma that you had to be like a gangster. You know what I mean? Where I always looked at it was like, well, you know, you don't gotta like shoot people or sell drugs in order to rap. You know, like why is there stigma about that? You know what I'm saying? But I guess from like, you know, the portrayal that most artists put on is like, that's how they get their fan base, where I'd rather just be me, because I know what I've done in my life and I don't really got to brag about it, and it doesn't really serve me either. You know what I'm saying? Like for the people who are into it, it's like that's cool, but it's like, you know, learn about life, learn about, you know, learn about what's really going on in the world, you know, not just what's being taught to you or being brainwashed to you, you know what I'm saying? That's why I came out with the album that I did, Pass the Mic, because I just felt like the stories were just the same shit over and over. Where it's like my story is like, all right, like, you know, I can easily go into the dealing days, and you know, my friends that I grew up with, and a lot of kids that were like from the hood, from the projects. I could easily get kids in a video and portray this whole other image. But I was like, you know what? I'd rather just tell you the truth. Like, you know, I was actually an addict. I was actually fucked up. So it's like, I want to tell my story and also like expose the people that, not the real dudes that are actually outside, you know, doing what they're doing, respect to them, but like for the dudes that just are putting on this portrayal, because everybody's saying the same shit. And that's why I was like, all right, you need to pass the mic. Like, let me tell you like how it is from this side, from the other side of the coin, you know what I'm saying?
Amazing,
Yeah.
amazing outlook on that, brother.
Yeah, man.
Your influence also sounds like it comes from pain. More,
Yeah, man.
You know, are you able to cross the two worlds between pain and passion, so
Yeah.
to speak? You know, let's dive more into the Pass the Mic project. Great outlook, great story behind it. The creative process, of course, you just kind of gave us a little outline about that. Who were some of the producers that you worked with on it?
So I've been rocking with this dude. His name is Max Moorman. He's an engineer, and he sent me some beats, and I was rocking with them, bro. I was like, yo, these beats are hard, because you know I do like hip hop music, but I also like delving into like the melodies and shit too. I don't like to put myself in one box when it comes to music. I know some people might think that's a sellout, but it's like, it is what it is, man.
You're an artist.
Yeah, I'm an artist, and I respect the artists that can do that type of music, that underground hip hop music, and then still be melodic. You know what I'm saying? Like, I fuck with like the Stove God Cooks, like perfect example. Like, you know, being melodic. Millie's, he's got rap shit where he's being melodic as well. And I just feel like in this, you know, as long as you're being authentic with it, then there's no capping to me. You know what I'm saying? But so yeah, he sent me some beats. And at the time that he sent me like 2-3 joints, and I rocked with all 3 of them. And then I kind of like saw what was going on already with like a lot of artists doing this producer artist type, you know, projects, like what Alchemist was doing and like all these other artists. And I was like, yo, let me just ask him if he wants to do a project, you know, like a little EP or some shit. So we went to the studio to mix like 1 or 2 of those records. And I just passed the idea. I was like, yo, how do you feel about doing a project? He was like, yo, I'm down. So I was like, all right, just send me joints, you know? And I had a home studio, so I was recording home, and I would just go to him to mix it. And we put these 7 joints together, bro, and I was just like, yo, we got one, bro. Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, man.
That's so fire, my brother.
Yeah, bro.
That's so fire, man. What's your favorite song you would say on that project?
Shit, man, I love Still Here, bro. Like, Still Here is like, it's just, for me, it's just like, it's lyrical, it's bars, but the beat is just so grimy too at the same time. And then,
Actually, one of my favorites.
oh, word?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, man, Still Here is my joint, bro. But like like Unforgettable too is really dope. Like I really love the mixtape era of hip hop, like the Banks, the G Units, and the Locks, Fabulous, all that. So D Block, and like that's what I kind of wanted to bring back with this project too. Is just like not just the concept of what I'm talking about, but really like the wittiness, the bars, the shit that, like that we miss. Especially
Absolutely.
from New York, you know what I'm saying? A lot of dudes that like rocked with like mixtape Banks, PLK shit. That was a really big influence for me. So I was like, yo, I want to represent that on this. I want to bring the gritty beats from the '90s, but I want it to be like with like almost like a Banks flow, like Fabulous flow on it too at the same time, and but like still keep it authentic to who I am.
Fire, brother.
Yeah, yeah.
You mentioned authenticity twice now, man. What does that word mean to you?
It just means being yourself, man. No matter what room you're in, no matter how scared you might feel, don't change how you talk, how you walk. Just be yourself, and whoever connects with you, that's those are your people, and whoever don't, it's cool, man. It's like you're not for everybody. Like I already know I'm not for everybody, but like as long as I'm true to me, that's all I really care about.
Fire, brother. Tell us about moving to Jersey and how that kind of plays a part in with the music now, and a little bit of like where you're at now with your personal life. Has the move made you feel a little less calmer, or is it still, or you still feeling, is it still some things going on where you like, yo man, it's some bullshit, I gotta get the fuck out of here too?
Man, it's an up and down for me, bro. For Jersey, it allowed me, because I honestly believe that you can't grow as a human being if you're gonna just stay where you're at. So I feel like you gotta leave your nest in order to grow. To a certain extent, you can always come back to the nest, but there's a whole nother world out there. So I felt like what Jersey allowed me to do was like not focus on who I was, and made me want to focus on who I could be. So like I wound up meeting a girl, in a relationship now. We're actually engaged.
Salute,
Yeah,
brother.
man. Thank you, bro.
Salute.
Yeah, man. And she's really been like my rock. But as far as like the music shit goes, it's not really a scene out there. I mean, not where I'm at least. So like,
What part of Jersey you in?
I'm in a neighborhood called Old Bridge.
I don't know.
It's like 15 minutes from Staten Island, like right out the Outer Bridge.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So it's good if you want to like settle down and have a family and live that type of life. I'm sure like that's where you go. But for me, it's not really. Not saying it's not the life I don't want to live, but it's just like I got to be where the action is. So like, especially when it comes to what I'm doing with music, connecting with other creatives, being where where things are happening. That's how you're gonna like get your music heard. So for me, it's like I would take an express bus, go to Manhattan, or I'll be out in Harlem or LES, or I'll go to Bushwick and shoot content, or wherever I can just get busy at. Because for me, I just would feel mad weird just pulling up somewhere in Jersey, like in some freaking neighborhood, and I'm the only person rapping on the corner out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, what the hell's this dude doing out here? Get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
So it's like I gotta just go where it's at, and it's been good, man. It's a good balance for me. You know what I'm saying? It's like I got the quietness, but then it's like when I need to go into my world and my element, I got that too.
Got you, brother. What can we expect, man, from you this year? You got any projects? Got any things you want to drop? I know we approaching third quarter, second quarter-ish, you could kind of say.
Yeah, man. I got a bunch of singles I'm dropping this summer. That's gonna be leading up to an album called "Call Me When It's Over." And "Call Me When It's Over" is basically like a hip hop album with like melodic hooks and stuff like that, all by me. And that one's got like a bunch of different producers on there. But I'm not releasing that yet until like I get my fan base up. Like that's what I've been working for. I've been doing a lot of stuff on my own with like me and my girl and my boy, like filming content, editing it, like learning marketing and all this stuff and branding. And now I'm going to like this new space where I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna pay the bread to like get this shit professionally done and like really invest into marketing and really see like if one of these singles can go, because I don't want the music to fall on deaf ears. You know what I'm saying? Especially that it's such good music. I feel like, man, like not this one. You know what I'm saying? So I got like a little plan that I'm doing with just like at least 5 to 6 singles leading up to the actual album, and then like I got a whole game plan for that album, man. But that shit's gonna be dope.
Fire, brother.
Yeah, man.
Your visuals are fire though, man.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, that's on me right there, man.
That's all you.
Yeah, like I'll tell my girl like hold it like this and like come here and shit like that.
That's
and,
dope, man.
Yeah, man. It's cool to know that she's a part of it. Like that's another big thing too, is like a lot of women, a lot of friends even in general, they don't want to like contribute or help you out, but when they see things are happening for you, that's when they want to come around.
All the time.
Yeah, but I believe in like that line that Budden said one time. He said, "If you ain't there for the ride, don't be there when I park."
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
You
So I
Budden
was-
fan?
What?
You a
hell
Budden?
yeah, hell yeah.
Budden, Joe is top five to me,
Yeah,
man.
man. A lot of people sleep on Joe. Like I fuck with all the mood music. Like,
mood music. Yep.
yeah, man. Like I'm a bro. When it comes to hip hop, man, like I can go through everybody. Like really, from like the old school to the new school. Not too old school, like with the '80s and stuff, but like the Big L's, the Nas's, the Biggies, the Big Puns, the CNNs, Tragedy Gaddafi, like
Tragedy,
permanently
yep.
scarred, bro. Like when I lost my mother, I was listening to that on repeat.
Wow.
You know, that was like, that really helped me a lot. Like, I remember I was crying to that song, bro, and I don't ever cry to music. Besides to my music, I'll cry to that shit. But yeah, man, that was one of those songs that just, like, it struck me. And I kind of, like, realized, like, I'm already doing music as a therapy. And I wanted to connect with people. That's, like, my most thing when it comes to music, is that I want to, like, just connect with people and just, like, let people know, like, you ain't the only one who feels like this. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
there's other people who feel like this. And if my music can give you some clarity like it gave me or help me through certain situations, then I did my job, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy with that, bro.
Yo, P, man. Amazing story, my brother. And the music I think is a testament to also, and I think it speaks for itself. I think those who connect with it can feel that it's authentic, can feel it's true, can feel it's coming from a place of genuineness, coming from a place of pain. I think you've definitely carved out an amazing lane for yourself, my brother.
Thank you,
know what I
Ty.
mean? You know, man, no doubt, man. You keep working. Thank you, Joe. Gotta thank Joe for that. You came
Shout out my
highly,
man Joe, man.
came highly recommended.
We go back, bro.
Yeah,
We go back.
He spoke so highly of you, and my brother, I wish you the absolute best, my brother.
Thank
know
you,
what I mean?
man.
Give yourself some grace, give yourself some time. More importantly, man, you know, keep that spirit, keep that work spirit, keep working, my brother.
Thank you,
know
Ty.
what I mean?
Appreciate it, man.
Absolutely, bro, man, for real. You give us a gem on the way out of here, man. Give us something.
All right, man. If I'm gonna give you guys a gem, man, this is gonna be a personal one that I honestly use for myself. And mind, body, and soul. Get your mind right, get your body right, and then you get your soul right. And what I mean by that is that you gotta really put these things before everything else. Because if you don't got your mind right, you ain't gonna be able to do nothing. If you don't got your body right, get yourself in a gym, get yourself working out, because that's gonna raise up your frequency. That's gonna allow you to think clearer and operate better. And then be around people that's gonna feed your soul. Be around an atmosphere or an energy that people that's gonna look to encourage you, give you that confidence, give you that, you know, that push that a lot of people need. You know, that's what I mean by feeding your soul. And always put God first no matter what.
Dope shit, man. Yo, that's a hell of a fucking gem, man.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
gonna send you the clip for that one. Cause that's an incredible gem there. P Rose here, Staten Island. Hell of a journey you on, man. Pass the Mic is out right now. Look out for everything he got coming out in the future. Y'all like, subscribe, do all of that good shit. This is yet another great edition of HHG TV. P again, my brother. I appreciate you, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me.
No doubt, brother. No doubt, man.